take us through like the innings of how Tukalime works. What was the pivot that was necessary after COVID hit?
So you see, again, when we were getting our flight miles in, two things were apparent. Even when COVID had hit and we were all sijui watu wengine walikuwa wameanza kushona nguo wengine, all those two hobbies are things people were doing. People were still eating, right? Albeit they were doing it at home. Not hotels and stuff were closed, schools were closed, which also shocked the market because prices tanked. Because the way you eat at home is not the same way you eat outside. It's very different. So we knew people were still going to eat. So, and we knew that market is not the issue because people are still buying stuff. That's number one. The second thing we realized is as much as our clients dwindled to zero, no money coming in, land does not disappear. It's still there. So we have two things, which are the factors of production or the recipe to what is Tukalime, is we have the land, which we can grow, and we have the market. So hapa katikati we realized also Brian may not be a farmer. He's a landowner. So take Brian as an individual out of the picture, but I need his land. Remember, we're not dynasty, so I don't have shamba yati sijui inakaje. But when I remove Brian from the picture, I can have a conversation with Brian and be like, look, you're not a farmer, but I'll lease your land. And we'll discuss how much. Remember, on this side, as we were getting our flight miles in, we had built a program or a way to be able to calculate the cost of production by inputting all these things. So once I put, let's say I'm leasing land at 10,000 shillings an acre per year, which is actually the going rate on average. If I put it in there, then I realize if the land was mine, the cost of production, I'll just use potatoes for reference sake, is 13 bob a kilo. If I add 10,000 shillings, which I can do 2 seasons to grow arroz per year, my cost of production will only go to 13 bob and 10 cents. So now I went around, and because market is not a problem, I need to get contracts. These contracts, my assumption was with these contracts, I'll be able to get financing. See, because I can go to the bank and say, Ebu angalia, tumefanya ABCD. We have all these guys who are willing to buy from us. We need investment. So we started going around and we signed, some of these things sound like it's not real. But I'm telling you, I have lived such a scenic life. And I keep telling my guys, God, by the way, is over here, just guardian angel, just pushing. Believe it or not, we signed contracts worth $700,000.
Whoa. That's what, 70 million?
Yeah. Because now, and this is how it worked. And then I'll tell you why that also did not work. But we signed the contracts. I go to, let's say, I don't use brand names. I'll go to like a supermarket or a restaurant. And I'll be like, I can produce this for you. Can you be able to give me your current, past, present, and future consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables? Guys are very willing because it's not proprietary information. Like, yeah, they'll give you an Excel. So you choose your top 5 things. You say, okay, potatoes are number 1, tomatoes, onions, carrot, whatever it is. And you see how much they're spending. And not necessarily don't give you the price, but they'll give you the consumption. So you tell them, your issues are here. During the month of May, June, which you're going to start seeing prices going up, you have spikes. I can be able to produce for you X commodity all year round at the right price, the right quality, consistency, and quantity. Somebody's just like, sour, let's sign up. So that's how we got the markets. And we went ahead and signed all these contracts and stuff. This is how umekaa chini uko na contract. You talk to these financiers and they're just like, no. And one of the things that they were refusing to finance us was, you're not profitable. You don't have a track record. You're not profitable. Why would you give you money? And also COVID for 2 years. How am I giving you money? I was like, damn. And some of those contracts that we signed, because also you're networking, it inakumiza because if I meet you and you're in a position of leadership and you say, because you'll go tell your other leadership colleagues and Sema, I have a guy, he can do A, B, C, D, and then you don't deliver. That person looks bad, you know? So, but then not all of the contracts failed. Some worked out pretty well. And those are the ones that have made us go from 3 acres in 2015, 2016 to now 4,000 acres in 2025.
So 4,000 is an accumulation of all a number of farms you're managing.
Yeah. And what we decided was we're not keep it very simple. You remember COVID, if anybody didn't learn anything from COVID, shida kwake. COVID taught you that what you think, like, you think you wake up in the morning and put one leg into your trouser or shorts and the other leg into your trouser or shorts, and you think it's automatic. It's not automatic. Health is a factor. Global issues, you're seeing the way the US is going through turmoil in terms of the global trade things that they are doing. So we realized this. Number one, the first thing I did, I don't need an office closer, because now you have to close the taps where you're bleeding. Don't everybody pay people their dues, rehire them on contractual basis, because you don't want imambo. If projects is reduce, na si staff tuna reduce, tunakwambia tu imeisha imenini. But because we realize as a business it's not sustainable, we have to be able to live nimble. Sasa ukiniambia tufunge tunafanya, we go. And with that model, we've also been able to open in Mozambique, the company in Mozambique. And this year we're also opening in Zambia, and we actually have finished registering in Tanzania. Because the model, remember, we don't have an office, we can do co-working space. You don't have to do nini. Land na lease. Hakuna story ingine. The protocols of agriculture are the same world over. The issue is the cost. I keep telling people the baking a cake in France and in Kenya is the same thing. Shida maziwa itakuwa different. Pesa ya maziwa, stima na kila kitu, but the fundamentals are the same. Yeah. So we are able to multiply our presence in different jurisdictions, because guys in Malawi are going to eat, guys in Mozambique they're going to eat, Ivory Coast they're going to eat. It's just the fundamentals that are different.
So I'm trying to think, so your major pivots to sort of going you yourself, listing the land, and then doing it's basically you're sort of onboarding the cost, because you're already listing the land with your own money, and then going ahead and producing the products and selling them yourself.
Yeah, it's basically we went from B2C to B2B, because now we sign contracts with companies. I'm not dealing with individuals, because businesses are more resilient than individuals. If a business has a plan to develop whatever, it could be a building or whatever it is, it's going to take quite a bit of shock in the system for them to cut off that program. Because if it's budgeted, we are going. Unless big macroeconomic issues happen, COVID, Nini, all those things, then this project will come to fruition.
So for you think B2B is much better than B2C on your business model?
On my business model, if I was doing FMCG, then the route to market to go to the final consumer is where the money is at, because that's where you get the money. If you're doing FMCG, you want to figure out, how do I get this product to as many people as possible? For me, when I look at it, I don't have to have 100 clients as Tukalime. I can have 10, but they're colossal.
It's like the old saying, better get one client who can give you 1,000 bob than get 100 clients who can give you 10 bob. It's much easier to get one.
Those are 100 clients, simu kila siku. Yeah. And the thing is, the same stress with the guy giving you 10 bob and the guy giving you 100 bob is the same. Same stress.